Welcome to another episode highlight brought to you by the You Can't Comp This NBA Trading Card Podcast. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to support the show, simply hit that subscribe button, click that bell for notifications, and you'll be notified every time we go live. See you in the comments. Why does news break this late on a Sunday in Australia? I thought people were asleep on Saturday night.
Yeah, it's a wild one, isn't it? I think
It's a
completely
bit
caught me
crazy.
by surprise. Of all the people I thought would be traded this year, I would have bet my house that it wouldn't have been Luka Doncic, and I'm very glad that I don't gamble.
Yeah, that would be
I'd be homeless.
correct. I didn't see this coming.
No.
I don't think the league saw this coming. I don't think LeBron saw this coming.
Apparently, it wasn't discussed with any of the key people.
No, it's
Which I'm going to say, like before we start, I don't believe a word of that. There is no way.
There's something going on. There's going to be more that comes to light.
100%.
And for those that have been actually doing stuff during their Sunday and not checking social media,
Yeah.
the big news is that Luka Doncic has been traded for Anthony Davis, pretty much. There's pieces around it, but the nuts and bolts of it, yeah.
So this is from Bobby Marks. He broke down the full trade with also the dollars behind it. To the Lakers, Luka, Maxi Kleber, 11 million this year and 11 million next year. Markieff Morris, 2.1 million. To Dallas, Anthony Davis, 43 million, 54, 58, 62. Player option at the end. Max Christie, 7.1, 7.7, 8.3, 8.9. And I think for people at home, Max Christie is actually having a very sneaky good season this year. So that's actually a nice little consolation prize. And to Utah, Jalen Hood Shafino. And I've had a couple of people actually say that they're going to miss him. So that's a bit of an interesting one for me. But
yeah, I think the Max Christie bit part of it was concerning because he's actually you said he's actually sneaky having a good season this year.
Yeah,
and I think that's a bit unfortunate that he needs to be the piece, I guess, that makes this trade happen.
I got to say though, I think when you're getting Luka, you're not going to be too dilly-dallied about Max Christie though, eh?
Yeah, Max Christie's. Well, and this is all right. So we can go back to the first thing I heard is that it's the Dallas Mavericks that initiated the trade.
Yeah.
They're the ones that shopped Luka.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was a bit shocked that they even considered trading AD given what they were trying to build. But, I mean, if any club, like anyone gets the call saying, hey, Luka Doncic is up for trade, surely nobody hangs up the phone and everybody listens, right?
Yeah. So I believe that defense wins championships. Mavs GM Nico Harrison told ESPN regarding his motivation to trade Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. I believe that getting an all-defensive center and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future. So that is from at ESPN_McMahon. And that was shared on our page by Luke Batterson. So thank you very much for sharing that with us, Luke.
Yeah.
So I feel like, hang on a second. Incoming breaking news now. Nico Harrison has been fired by the Dallas Mavericks. I think, frankly, that's the next piece of breaking news that's going to be coming.
Yeah, there's going to be something.
That guy, I mean, you can put defensive plays around Luka, but it's really hard to get a player of Luka's talent back. Like, realistically, all right, I'm going to ask you this, and I'm just going to go straight to your reaction. Who's better in the league at the moment than Luka in terms of playmaking and scoring? SGA.
Well, everybody above him on the MVP race, right? They're the pieces that I wouldn't trade for him.
So, okay, let's just say you're the Mavs. Who would you want to get back for Luka in an ideal world?
Wemby? Giannis? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, someone that's a cornerstone player.
So, when I read into that, are you saying something better than Anthony Davis?
I don't think I've ever been Anthony Davis's, or as he has been known in previous seasons, Anthony Data Davis.
And that's a problem too with his injury history.
Yeah, like that. It's been since he's been a Laker. It's always been the Lakers will go as far as a healthy Anthony Davis will take them. And
Actually,
yeah. That's always been my sort of take on AD is that he's great, but he just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
So
All right. Okay, I'm going to lead you into this, and then we're going to do like a fun, quick quiz. Okay.
I don't know if any of this is fun. My brain is close to melting at the moment, but sure.
I think that's a perfect reaction. By the way, it's just so crazy, isn't it? But at the same time, I'm enjoying this. Like, I love trade, so this for me, this is sick. All right. Okay. So my conspiracy theory is that it's absolute. There has to be something going on in the background, and also there's already been reports that other teams in the league didn't even get a phone call. So that means that they called the Lakers and said, let's get a deal done. What's the best you can offer us? Okay, great. It's going to be Anthony Davis. Okay, we've got a deal. And they've just taken it for Luka. So either he's demanded a trade, he's refused to sign the extension, or they wanted him to go to LA for some, ridiculous reason. Okay, that's my current thinking about all of this. So let's just say that it was the opposite. They had time to plan out a trade and go around the league and ring every league. So I'm going to say players' names, and then you have to say whether you want Luka or player X that I say. And I'm going to go through.
So you're putting Anthony Davis. We put the Lakers, and we're putting AD on the block.
No, we're putting Luka on the block, and we're saying you got Luka. Who's the best player you can get back for him?
Okay, so you're saying, will I say yes to the trade as the Mavericks?
Yeah, and I'm going to read off the players. All right, SGA.
Okay. Yes.
You take SGA or Luka?
Oh, do I have to choose who I take?
You have to choose. So I'm going to say like players, and every time you have to choose between Luka and the person. SGA. Giannis?
Oh, I have to think about it. I think I still take Giannis. I might I keep Luka.
Nikola Jokic?
I keep Jokic.
Tyrese Maxey?
Luka.
Yep. Kevin Durant?
Luka.
Jason Tatum?
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think I... All right, no, I don't. No, I take Luka over Tatum.
Edwards? Anthony Edwards?
I take Ant.
Devin Booker?
Luka.
Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis is a weird... I think I take Luka.
Yeah. Jalen Brunson. I'm going to answer this one for you. The answer is Luka. Cade Cunningham.
Cade.
Whoa.
I'm high.
You are. Yeah.
I'm drinking the cool Cade at the moment. So
Damian Lillard has to be Luka. De'Aaron Fox.
Luka.
Yeah. Wemby, obviously Wemby.
Take Wemby. Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Luka.
All right, we're up to 15 in the scoring leaders. I think that's good because I feel like there's more players than just one that realistically could have been traded for Luka.
Sure, of course,
yeah.
Of course.
I don't think they maximize what they got back. I think if you look at the Rudy Gobert trade, there's a strong argument to be made that actually the Jazz did better out of that.
I want to know how there's something that's happened.
Yeah, 100%.
So, all right, can I give you a knee-jerk conspiracy theory?
Yeah,
the medical staff are like, Luka's got a long-term problem that's going to be very problematic.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so this is what the Jazz got for Rudy Gobert. Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverley, Leonardo Belmore, okay, it's fine. Walker Kessler, Jared Vanderbilt, a 2023 first-round pick, a 2025 first-round pick, a 26 pick swap, a 27 first-round pick, and a 29 first-round pick. I got to tell you, I would rather that than Anthony Davis. I'm not even saying that to be controversial either.
Because while processing, I'm taking in some socials and stuff like that, and it's interesting that there's a lot of the stuff that the team LeBron wanted is what they've now got in Dallas. So the shooter in Clay, for Kyrie at the point. Do you know what I mean? Like they've manufactured everything, but it misses the key piece, which is a Luka or a LeBron. It's just so funny.
It's so weird.
But I don't know how this fits in LA, honestly.
Yeah, so that's my thing too. I feel like you've got two extremely ball-dominant guys.
There's another trade. There has to be another trade coming.
Or they're just planning for the next generation after LeBron. And to me, that's the most obvious thing, like from the Lakers' perspective, because in my head, I was like, LeBron's going to be there. They won the chip together, which was awesome. And then Anthony Davis will keep getting better. LeBron will sort of go into his twilight, and then AD will take over, and they'll get another piece to put with AD. That's what would make sense to me in my head.
Yeah.
And I thought that if I'm looking at this trade, actually, I would prefer to have AD and Luka together. So you trade LeBron out.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say that controversial. I'm just like, pieces of the court, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, the Lakers are saying yes to it because Luka's 25, right? How old's
Luka's
Anthony
25,
Davis?
AD's 31.
Correct.
So that's a major loss for me again for the Mavs. Like it all to me is just it's super weird. It just doesn't make sense.
Luka is this young person of the future, one club guy, blah blah blah. They've now got Anthony Davis, who's in his 30s, Klay Thompson, who's in the twilight of his career, Kyrie Irving, who's in the over 30 club. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. They've gone from this young team with potential to a team of vets that are going to limp into the playoffs.
It is just absolutely insane.
One or two injuries in there, and they're cooked.
Yeah, it's really just hurting my head right now just thinking about all this. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense at all.
Back in my mind, I have no doubt now that there's another trade, and I think it's something along the lines of like a Gabe Vincent for Valanciunas kind of. Do you know what I mean? Like a small for a big. Now the Lakers need a center.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Right? Anthony Davis, Luka's not playing the 5. And that's the thing. They're orchestrating their trades, and maybe one of those bigs is coming to LA.
Yeah. Look, I think we have to talk card values here for a second because we should talk about Anthony Davis and we should talk about Luka. I think that's the two biggest pieces in all of this. But my immediate reaction to this is that in the next 2 months, Luka is going to be like one of the hottest commodities because I think there's going to be some real hobby excitement around Luka in terms of people trying to pick him up more. Yeah, moving into that. I think also for the future championship potential because
the Lakers like to win.
Yeah, Lakers like to win. And as much as we like to hate on, well, let me rephrase that. As much as I like to hate on the Lakers because they're always poaching players and they're building up good teams, that's what we hate them for is, being front runners and, winning all these championships. So I think in the back of people's minds, that has to be there in terms of, giving you some security behind your Luka purchases. So looking at his PSA 10, so I've zoomed right in. I've gone to the last 2 weeks. One sold yesterday, and actually it's already up a little bit. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. But in the last 2 weeks, he's already up 16%. Actually, let's just zoom out a little bit because it's probably not a good.
It's not even going to until next week. We're not going to get an impact, right?
Look, actually, the last 3 months he's up 14%.
Yeah.
The last month he's up 10%, and the last 2 weeks he's up 16%. I honestly think this is going to skyrocket. I think there's going to be this sort of very short interim peak around that. So you can look at this from two ways. You can say, look, I'm going to stay out of this for a little while, just let the market cool down a little bit until things just sort of settle themselves down. Or you can say, look, I'm going to flip my cards out because there's going to be a lot of people. He's going to be liquid the next couple of weeks. I think that is definitely what's going to happen there. So I suppose what I would probably rather talk about is long term. I think this adds collectability to him long term. I think this is going to basically mean he's going to be on ESPN every single day for the next 10 years.
He's now in the spotlight.
He's going to be in the spotlight, and they're going to be putting teams around him to compete and to win every single year. There's going to be no down years for him. So maybe also, too, this changes his... Because what's the knock been on this guy? That he's not in good shape. Maybe it's going to be the wake-up call for him, because allegedly Luka didn't know about this. It was a shock for him.
Yeah, it was like, we're done with your nonsense. Yeah.
I can't believe that he had that much nonsense. You trade the dude.
It's pretty
I can't
crazy.
Wait to hear these stories.
There's going to be stuff happening. There's got to be.
I can't wait to hear these stories.
Because it started. Was it the Philly game the Lakers played, and there's already conjecture on the other side saying Anthony Davis is faking an abductor strain, so in order to force the Lakers' hands to get a big. Like they were saying that there were suggestions that AD was putting it on to try and be difficult because he wants help at the 5 spot.
So I agree with that because he was doing interviews with Shams.
Yeah.
Shams, you know who I'm
Shams.
talking
Yeah.
about here. Yeah, the real one. And so I think he was definitely putting pressure on them from that point of view, but I don't think that influences this trade at all because it doesn't matter how many times the Lakers called the Mavs offering Anthony Davis for Luka. If they don't want to do that trade, this trade's not happening.
Yeah.
Like this was definitely the Mavericks calling the Lakers to get this done. So let's quickly just go through socials and we're going to tie this off. This is just going to be an emergency podcast. We're going to do our regular programming for this week. So this is from Mark Stein at the Stein Line. The Mavericks and Luka Doncic, until tonight, we're heading towards a 5-year contract extension in July worth a record $345 million.
Yep.
Dallas GM Nico Harrison made the call to abruptly change direction of the franchise with one of the most stunning trades in league history. So for me, he's not really changing the direction. It's just setting it in the direction of Anthony Davis because he's not getting enough back in terms of future assets to say, oh, we're changing the direction of the franchise. So that to me is super weird. But that also, I think, doubles down on your theory about he's got a really terrible injury that's going on here.
It's got to be something.
Yeah. This is from our Facebook group. Luke Batterson, how's Adam going? Adam, how are you doing, mate? Are you okay?
My head is melted. It's tough because I really want my team to win, and I know that Luka's only going to be renowned as a good player once he starts winning. So maybe my team's now our fates are intertwined. I'm only going to rag on him until we win a championship, and then I'll be his biggest advocate.
I was actually wondering to hear how your sort of tune was going to change if you were just going to be all aboard the Luka bandwagon, just first day. You know what I mean?
Day one, just Lakers gear with
77. Just wearing this huge Luka t-shirt. Anthony Mill, NBA has done it. Silver has done it. Silver is running the league like WWE. Look. You guys know I love conspiracy theories. I don't believe in this conspiracy theory. I think that's I think the players want to go to LA and it's as simple as that. Adam, are you going to get a Luka Doncic jersey?
No, I am not.
Okay, that answers Anthony Mills' comment.
Not yet.
Luke Batterson, we've covered that. Oyvind, has someone checked on Adam? Yes, Oyvind, I did message him before we went on for tonight's show. Anthony Mill again. LA with no defense.
But they've got defense. They've got
going to go through
Vanderbilt.
LeBron and Luka. And what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on this team, Matt? I think you're the LA guy here.
So we just dealt with the Knicks today in Madison Square Garden without Anthony Davis, and look, Max Christie was a big part of that. I think Max Christie's going to be a bit of a glaring hole because he is good on D. He locked Brunson down. He really made life difficult for Brunson today. So, and Josh Hart. I don't know.
Look, I love defense and I love basketball fundamentals, but at the end of the day, if you get Luka Doncic, you've won the trade.
Yeah, I don't think no AD today. We did a good job against New York.
What are we talking about? This is Luka Doncic.
You know what I mean? I think the Lakers will trade one of their smalls away to try and get another big, but long term, it's sensible, right? It's a 25-year-old, and unless there's a serious long-term injury with Luka, the upside is there for Luka. Anthony Davis keeps breaking fingernails and getting hurt. So,
but let's just say that you are right about this theory, and I love it if you are right. But I actually don't still care. I'm still going to say the Lakers have won this trade.
Sure.
Because Anthony Davis is injury prone anyway, and we've seen it with stars. They just need those 1 or 2, good years, and they can pull out a championship. He just has to be healthy for 3 months of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed with. I did like the Shake Middleton and Dory Finney-Smith. Like that trade, and then Jared Vanderbilt's come back, and defensively, the Lakers have been so much better recently. And then for this to happen, I'm like, well, we just lost our centerpiece for our defense, which is AD. I know, and that's the thing, when the Mavericks come calling and say, Luka Doncic is on the table, take it or leave
Anthony Davis, and without giving out draft assets, what
they gave up a draft pick.
There was one draft pick, was there?
The Lakers, the Lakers gave up their first round.
Okay.
2029 first round.
Sure, but sorry, did I read through what the Jazz got back? Yeah, I read through that, didn't I? For Rudy Gobert, that many picks and one pick. For Luka?
I can get it, but like Rudy Gobert, there wasn't like. Do you know what I mean? Like Anthony Davis is a top X player in the league, right?
Sure. He's
we
injured
know Luka is a top 5 on his day, right?
and younger.
Sure. And
Yeah.
Anthony Davis is, I'd say, a top 15 player then, right?
Yeah.
Slots into the top 10 fairly frequently.
Yeah.
But health has been the biggest concern. I worry, and this is the only worry about the Luka situation, is if it's a Kawhi Leonard level soft tissue thing that's going to ruin his career.
Sure.
And then it comes out that Dallas are masterminds and have completely stooged the Lakers. I don't know. I don't know how to support Luka coming to LA. It's going to be interesting.
I mean, I know what you're getting for
want
Christmas.
him to win.
Yeah.
I still don't think he's worth anything until he does. Card-wise, that is. It's going to be an interesting roster change. I don't know. I feel like the Lakers have got something. They've got a few days left in the trade period. We will see.
What a trade period. There's always one star a year that gets traded, and
something crazy that happens. Yeah,
you just have to keep some assets around for when teams come calling it. And what an absolute steal for the Lakers! Congratulations to the Lakers. Alrighty, let's finish this off with.
I've just got comments in the live chat because Anthony Milne is just here for the trade talk. Hashtag you can't cop this. Anthony Milne's like, I think Mavs win the trade with better defensive players and similar numbers replacing Luka. I'm like, I don't know if I agree. I think they're one injury away from a nightmare season, Dallas, but they haven't had a great season so far anyway.
I think getting an older player back and very limited draft assets, I think this is where I'm really struggling with Luka, honestly. Like, if you're going to give him up...
They've gone all in on Clay, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've tried to get these veterans to...
Do you know what they should have done? They should have called OKC and said, we want 25 first-round picks for Luka. Seriously.
That's if you want draft pick assets back, yeah. But if you want ready-made, I guess you're going for...
They could give them a package of something. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, but there's a lot of clubs, as we were chatting before, that say no, right? So I think AD is the one that they think they could get a yes out of.
Yeah, okay.
What else?
I think he was... Anyway. Yeah.
Anthony's also gone. LA is nowhere near a championship with that team, the team they had with AD. So this is a good move for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Mavs are now in have a good run to win it all, and the next season with the lineup they've got there. I don't necessarily agree. I think they're an injury or two away from.
I think Kyrie would have to score 35 a game and not have a day off.
Yeah, but Anthony Milne has said that the Mavs are sort of one move away now, rather than
they have to do something else if they're serious about winning now. Then
yeah. Ace in space. I like Adam's theory on Luka having an injury. He never gets recovery time, and he thinks that the Lakers have definitely won. And Anthony Milne's last comment was, KD jumping into the Lakers.
That would be sick.
This may make the All-Star weekend. Greg Howell at the end. Yeah, that's a good point. This could be a very entertaining or the weekend could be very awkward. I like that.
Maybe there's going to be some hard D and some chippy fouls. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Just AD just like smashing
just
LeBron.
Good old-fashioned bitchiness with one another, but upset, like take it out on the floor.
Yeah,
they'll pick their teams and they'll be against each other.
Flagrant foul LeBron in an All-Star game. That would be delicious. Alrighty. Let's finish this off. Card ladder. Amazing timing. Congratulations, Card ladder, on this. Eye-catching sale. 2018 Prism Luka Doncic. Sensational signatures. Black gold. I love these black golds. Number to 10. BGS 10. Autograph 10. Sold for $22,900. Nice. I think in the context of everything that we've just said, this is an absolute steal. So congratulations to the buyer on this one. Yeah. I'm not normally high on Prism autographs, but the black golds are, a different kettle of fish altogether.
Different kettle of fish for sure. Here is the way that you can get in touch with Russell and myself and be a bigger part of the show. Now, if you follow the link tree to our Facebook group, that is where Russell and I put our mailbags up, our card versus card, our player versus player, our buy, hold, sell questions. All of those will go up on socials, on IG as well, using the handle @YouCan'tCompThis. Now, if you do have a more tailored question, feel free to PM us on Instagram. You can reach out in our Facebook group, and we'll be happy to respond and see if it's something that we can add to the show. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate the support and love creating this content for our loyal listeners. If you haven't done so already, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. So hopefully we see you when we go live. Thanks for watching.